Indian man arrested for posing as Muslim and posting insults to Hindu gods. In the Indian state of Karnataka, a young Hindu man identified as Devin Devya posted a series of obscene posts that insulted the goddess Chowdhury and the local woman of Kodagu via a fake social media profile meant to appear as though it belonged to a Muslim. Kodagu is considered a stronghold of the BJP and Hindu organizations in a communally sensitive area. Various organizations had called for the complete shutdown of the locality, condemning the posts and starting a protest as the issue had taken a communal turn, threatening the law and order situation of the district. After the arrest of the accused, the shutdown was withdrawn. Sources said that the Mumbai police had received information from Facebook, a parent company Meta, regarding the fake Facebook account and shared the details with the local police that led to the arrest. So I wanted to talk about this because I thought it was really important to talk about how we're continuing to see blasphemy being weaponized in India. The weaponization of blasphemy laws is inherent to blasphemy laws itself, but I feel like ever since the Nupur Sharma drama, for those who don't know, she was this ex-spokesperson who said supposedly derogatory things about the Prophet Muhammad, and it caused international crises. And so ever since her blasphemy scandal, I feel like we have seen more of weaponized blasphemy, and I feel like it's heightened. And this is particularly concerning because I've started to pay attention to India more over the past 2 years. 2 years ago, I mean, we'd obviously experienced really severe backlash, but it didn't seem like blasphemy was weaponized as frequently as it is now, which is dangerous because I associate that kind of culture with Pakistan, and we see how dangerous that is for people who live in minority communities, for people who actually not even people who are minorities, just average citizens who have blasphemy accusations weaponized against them to settle personal disputes. People are attacked in the street, murdered in the street, lynched, and so seeing kind of an evolution into this culture really heating up in India, it concerns me. I'm not saying it's going to get as bad, but I don't even like to see things headed in that trajectory. What do you think about this, Armin?
Yeah, this is. I mean, why was he doing this?
So basically, I mean, I assume the intention is basically to frame the Muslim community for blasphemy against this goddess and then cause enmity against that community, whether that's actually going to protest them, maybe inspiring people locally to boycott Muslim businesses, or maybe even attack different properties. Like, who knows? But it's definitely to frame the Muslim community in some respect with something that people will find offensive and like resent them for, right? I kind of think of it as similar to what obviously the consequences here were not nearly as bad as what happened in Bangladesh, but there was that huge incident in Bangladesh where Muslims purposefully went and planted the Quran at the feet of a shrine, a Hindu goddess shrine, and then took a picture of it and started circulating that on social media to then make it seem like the Hindus were desecrating the Quran, and it triggered massive violence against that community. So it was kind of like, quote, like a false flag operation. Like they're framing the community. Luckily, things didn't spin like out of hand here, but I think of it as likely a similar and likely a very similar intention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think one thing I also wanted to touch on, which I thought was very interesting and something important to think about, is I was thinking about this on a broader level. So the Hindu guy who was trying to pose as a Muslim to post this, insulting content to Hinduism. He ended up getting charged and arrested, and he is being charged under the blasphemy laws in India. Section 295A and 253A. But what's interesting about these aspects of the Indian Penal Code, which we have been, subject to, Armin, is that part of the language in the code says that, you are promoting enmity between communities on the basis of protected categories, right? And so they use this to go after anyone who does something that is insulting or criticizing to a different religion or faith, right? But what do you think about the fact that this guy actually was trying to promote enmity between communities? Like, it's not a matter of just them policing blasphemy. Like, he actually was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot more people do. Maybe I just think, like, based on the news report that we had before, this guy should apply for a government job in Iran.
Wait, you're right. You just send him to the Iranian troll farm.
Like, he's doing it for free. Might as well get paid for it. I was concerned the part that you said that about Meta, because it sounded like Meta was sharing some information that led to his arrest, but not really, right? They didn't share any.
Apparently, the Mumbai police received information from Meta regarding the fake account, and that's what led to the identification of the person behind it. But Facebook does this all the time.
Okay, but they sent identifying information about him that led to his arrest? Because wouldn't that make
presumably.
Facebook... Okay, I'm not sure about this, but we have to look, like, Facebook needs to be held accountable if they are responsible for enforcing blasphemy laws in India. I mean, I just want to mention, like, just because this guy himself is a Hindu, okay, I don't want people to think like he deserves this. Like, what he did was, like, wrong. Like, he's stirring up hate, but, like, he should maybe be arrested for trying to stir up hatred, but not for blasphemy. He's arrested for blasphemy. That's
basically what he is charged with, promoting enmity between groups on the basis of protected category.
Oh, yeah, okay, good. But
which is the same law as the blasphemy law.
Oh, it's the same. Okay, well, that is the blasphemy law.
Yeah.
But he
actually was doing that kind of incitement.
No, the problem is that the blasphemy laws suggest that any insult, anything that is insulting to religious sentiments is illegal because it would lead to communities turning on each other, right? This guy was actually... This is a good example. Now I get your point. This is a good example of somebody actually doing it with that goal. So I think the law, I mean, this could be used as a good case to show that you have to show that was the intention. Like, you can't be like, oh, you posted a picture of Sexy Callie, for example, therefore you should be charged with trying to turn people against each other. That was not the intention. That was like, we're just being artistic and stuff and having fun, right? So yeah, I think, like, it needs to be a case like this where you could show. I mean, how can you show, by the way? Even in the case like this, how do we know that was his intentions? Do we know that? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he's just like, just because he's not a Muslim. Yeah, like, wait a minute. How are we assuming this? Just because he's not a Muslim? Maybe he just, like, internally really hates Hindu gods.
No, like, but he did it from an account that was made to look like it was from a Muslim community member.
All right, good. So unless there's a case like this, this is a case that really might show that you're purposefully trying to make Muslim, stir up tension. Okay, but this would be a case where the law should apply to. But that's the reason why we're calling it blasphemy law, right? Because there's no such thing as blasphemy mentioned within India's laws, right? But we call it a blasphemy law because it effectively works that if every time you criticize Hinduism or any other religion or say something about it that people don't like,
religious sentiments,
then you could get arrested for it, right? It is meant to be, people act like it's meant to serve this purpose, to arrest somebody who is on purpose trying to turn people against each other, but effectively it works in silencing anybody that comes out against any religion. So effectively it works as a blasphemy law, but it's supposed to do this. Actually, this is good. We have to keep this in our pocket as an example to show that what the law is supposed to do, but what it actually does compared to what it actually does. That's a very good point, Susanna.
Yeah. Like a lot of times when I pick stories like this, there's like a broader topic that I want to talk about, like that, for example, because I think it is important to talk about. And then, because how do you deal with these when so Dee is making the point, which is the law is too broad. The fact that the law covers both people who are doing things like trying to frame a community and sexy Callie, like that's a huge problem. Like they just say sexy Callie is the same thing. It's not. Something I don't remember is saying this has become a pastime now in terms of the blasphemy accusations and weaponization. I agree, unfortunately. Kenny is questioning, he's stirring up anti-Muslim sentiment. That is the implication based on the reporting that I have seen. Yes. And Kenny is saying, I don't think he should be arrested for blasphemy, but he should be arrested for calling for violence. I just want to be clear. I have not seen anything reported that he called for violence. It was more that he was pretending to be a member of a community to act like the minority community was insulting the majority to then cause dislike for the minority. And something I don't remember is also saying until blasphemy laws aren't dissolved, until blasphemy laws are dissolved, this drama will continue. Unfortunately, I agree with that too. And Boop Boop is making the point, we could be getting this wrong. Maybe he's an ex-Hindu who's scared.
Oh, okay. Well, you shouldn't have used a Muslim. Okay, but then unintentionally, you're like you're increasing danger to Muslims. You know what I mean? We already have tensions between Muslims and Hindu in India. Why would
it's you make irresponsible if true?
Yeah, make it. Yeah, irresponsible.
Yeah. Kenny is also saying, yes, the problem is intention here. That's hard to prove. It is hard to prove. Doorknob is saying, meanwhile, the guy in the stock photo is all like, I didn't sign up for this. I thought my video would be used to sell cell phones.
Wait, is that not the guy?
Yeah, the stock image guy.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Doorknob has some of the best comments.
It's true. That's definitely true. Atheist Republic needs your help. We've been the target of many legal attacks by Hindu nationalists ever since our founder, Armin Navabi, blasphemed against Hindu deities. We have retained legal counsel to help us defend our access to our community in India. We have started a fundraiser that will help us afford to tackle many legal issues, including judicial harassment and censorship. Whatever you can contribute will go a long ways in helping us in this fight. Link in the description below.